But it's going to be really hard to advance with more than one loss. Could you maybe be a second-place team that could go through as 2-2? We'll see how the other groups shake out, but it would be a tall order to be able to do that.
So are you telling me in November we're already in a must-win situation?
In Game 9 of the year, Devin, it may very well be, at least as it relates to the in-season tournament. Here's a jumper for Kyrie Irving. The Trinity River Blues, the Mavericks City jersey looking mighty sweet. And off we go with the Mavs and Clippers, two-time recent playoff foes. With the Clippers winning both years, extended to a 7th game with one of those matchups. Here's Kawhi Leonard in the paint, and he scores.
Paint points were a big problem in the last game. Not off to a great start with the switch. Kyrie on the claw. Just took him down the paint, just shot a nice shot over the top. Really not much resistance on that last play.
Clippers doubled Luka. Mavericks move the ball well. Grant Williams off target on a 3. And James Harden with the rebound, poked away from behind by Derrick Jones Jr. And ultimately the loose ball is collected by the Mavs. They've got a transition opportunity with the Luka runner that's no good. Mavs lost at home for the first time this year on Wednesday night to Toronto. They're 3-1 at American Airlines Center as Harden drills a 3.
Sometimes with this Clipper team, you get a little bit of a glimpse of what they could be with these 4 all-star caliber type players. If they all get on the same page, it could be a scary thought.
This is just their 3rd game together since the trade. Here's Lively overshooting the rim on an attempted side. And it's Leonard with the rebound. And Kawhi puts it down and scores with a foul. The Clippers have only had one back-to-back, and both games were played in the same building in Los Angeles.
Clippers coming into this season talking about wanting to take the regular season a little bit more seriously, play guys a little bit more. Seeding really matters going into the playoffs. So it's a different feel for them coming out, especially this early in the season, that guys have not missed games thus far.
They were the 5 seed last year, winning 44 games in the regular season and out in round 1 against the Phoenix Suns. Kyrie put Dallas on the board a moment ago. We have a defensive with the one that he hit here in the opening 2 minutes of the game.
Injury problems. It's like there's been several seasons where people think he's the best player in the league.
2-time Finals MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year as well. 7-time All-Defense selection. Kawhi has got a lot of accolades despite the injuries that have short-circuited a few seasons in his career. As the Mavericks throw it away, the Clippers have a chance for an early double-digit lead as Kawhi shoots and misses a 3. We have a mic on Grant Williams tonight as he just grabbed that defensive rebound. So we'll be hearing from him frequently throughout the evening, I'm being told.
Keeping them out of the paint and not letting them get those open 3-point shots that they love.
Well, I felt like we were going to see a very engaged Clippers squad tonight as Zubac rolls in the move.
No, and 0-3 so far since the James Harden trade. I'm sure they want to change that narrative. And they're coming out and want to play inspired basketball, and it looks like they've done just that in this first quarter.
I hate playing teams this good when they're on a losing streak. I hate it.
Zubac 1 of 2 on the line. Cut off the ball. Jones. Tip in. No. Yes, finally. The announcement in the arena has been that they're crediting it to Jones, and that's on the stat sheet as well. Lively was in there keeping the ball alive as well, or attempting to do so. As the Clippers have a 7-point lead. Leonard looking for another hoop, and wow, what a start.
Go back to this last possession. I'm seeing a different.
Yeah, nice move there by Luka.
I was going to say, the way they're guarding Luka has been really different than the last couple years. We've seen a switch and him just attacking Zubac time after time, especially in the first quarter. They're coming out really aggressive and trapping him. But sometimes when you're as good as Luka, you can split that trap between the legs for a left-hand layup.
You can just drive and go right at him, or you can leak out in transition and have an easy deuce like that. Early this morning that due to a manufacturing defect in the court that the Mavericks were putting down on the floor here for the in-season tournament games, that they would not be able to use it tonight, and they will hope to rectify that in time for the November 28th in-season tournament game against the Houston Rockets.
We saw something similar in Denver with the three-point line having to be repainted.
Yep, good point. Yeah, last week when the Mavericks were there, we did find out that the three-point line was not the appropriate dimensions for Dallas, but Luka's operating well inside that three-point line now with 3 straight Dallas baskets. Harden down the lane, looking for Zubac through his hands, and skying for the loose ball is Jones.
Good defensive activity so far by the Mavs.
Making their way back into this game after they fell down by 9. Here is Jones inside, and it's 8 straight points for Dallas.
His aggressive level offensively has really picked up, especially in the starting lineup, understanding that he has to be a threat every time down the floor.
Now Kawhi, edge of the lane, leaves it short.
Rebounding is happening, jumping in the passing lanes. This is good.
Mavericks got hammered on the glass the other night in their loss to the Raptors. They've out-rebounded their opponents in 4 games, but the opponent has had the edge in the other 4 games. Good ball movement leads to a Hardaway corner 3 that rims out.
You're okay with that offensive possession because you got what you wanted. Double team against Luka. You got the ball to the middle of the floor. Swung it to a wide open Tim Hardaway Jr. in the corner. You'll take that shot every time down.
Paul George, the leading scorer so far this year for the Clippers at 25 points per game. He just missed his 2nd field goal attempt, but an offensive rebound, maybe a 3rd one. He dribbles into traffic, managed to maintain possession of the ball. The shot clock at its expiration as Jones launches again and misses. Clippers have gone to their bench. Bones Highland is in the game, and he picks up the Mavericks' first sub, Tim Hardaway Jr. And Hardaway's on the board.
He's not just a three-point shooter anymore. We've seen him put him on the floor a lot more, getting to his spots, the pull-up. We've seen some leaners, some floaters. Once guys start to run you off the line, you got to make the adjustment. And Tim Hardaway Jr. has been doing that as of late.
Coming off an 18-point, or he averages 18. He's coming off a 17-point game.
Never heard him yell.
That looked like his version of flopping, quite honestly.
Oh, wow, Luka with a pass that caroms off the backboard. I don't think I've heard an effects mic pick up something quite like that before. Offensive rebound, 3-pointer. Strike a pose after the shot, Luka Doncic. And with that, Dallas is in front in the game for the first time.
This is just how he drew it up. Pass it off the backboard to another guy, swing it for a 3.
Pass it right off the effects mic, apparently. Leonard for 3, and the Clippers seesaw back at front. Kawhi, excellent in the first quarter, 5 of 7 and a dozen points. There's Luka against James Harden, slings the pass, and there is a